will be Rab McCullough with the first break. He is having a great first season as an ultimate pool professional, and he has a ginormous break. He really does. When he gets it right on cue, it is huge. Left a slightly messy table though. Everything seems to have gone to the left-hand side. Not the most inviting first opportunity of the night, and we talk about the Scotch frame being huge every single week. Sets the tone for these matches. I don't think they're going to be tempted into taking one on here. They've discussed it and they've decided pulling back is the way to go.
Well, this is what McArdle and McQuillan want, to get their hands on the table early, just get a feel for the arena. Not so much Dave McQuillan, but definitely Gavin McArdle. You know, once you get that out of your system, the newness of it all, and maybe a bit of excitement, maybe, you know, a little bit of nerves, and then you start to settle into sort of match zone in your mind, then you can sort of ease into the game and become more confident.
Once you get going, you're just playing pool then, aren't you? You kind of, the rest of it all kind of fades into the background. That's a good opener. Oh, he's not on the next ball.
You know, I don't think he can get, well, he can't get to the yellow at the top either. Bit unlucky because it's a very good pot there from Dave McQuillan.
Yeah, good safety as well.
Yeah, clever shot.
Yeah, they both played a good shot then to start.
And when you look at the yellows now, a bit more urgency required from Rab McCullough and Ronan Fay, because I don't think hitting a red's any good. I think they need to pot one.
There's not many safe areas on the table, is there? Maybe somewhere near the top left-hand corner will leave a difficult shot only. You have to say it's a good shot from, well, no, it's left the yellow to right centre, so.
Yeah, they did point up there, and I wasn't convinced. I thought there's maybe an opportunity to come off the side rail in between the yellow and the black ball in the middle of the table, maybe, and kick that red back into the centre pocket. But this is a great opportunity for McArdle and McQuillan to get that opening frame that I said was so important.
Yep. Took two good shots to give them this opportunity, but they've earned the right here and in prime position. They're going here, you'd suggest bottom left is their connection to the 8-ball. 8-ball just have some traffic around it, so got to be careful.
I'd be very tempted to just come along that left-hand rail now and just leave myself a shot, because so many reds there, you can easily get into trouble. But I'll tell you what, hasn't he played that with the most perfect weight for Dave McQuillan to tap in this 8-ball?
When you see it from the camera angle there, it looks like the gap's pretty generous, but you're crossing the line. You know, it's your first frame out there in this sort of stage. That was a very impressive frame from both, especially for Gavin, considering, you know, that he's making the step up here. Say that, very, very impressive.
I'm sure I said they were favourites, didn't I?
It's exactly what you said, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, a great opener there from the Irish duo. And now the two guys north of the border. They're going to have to get up, have a right battle now with these pair.
Perfect time for a break clearance to go 2 up. It really is. not going to get the opportunity, though. Slightly strange break that. Did he hit that a touch high? Wasn't driven with too much power through the back. Or the spread's pretty good.
Very quickly, Rab McCullough takes the reds, frees the two reds that are stuck together, and he will be off and running here. I think the red on the rail is going to be down at the bottom left. It's going to be his last ball. That'll be the one to get onto the 8. So expect him to take these 3 reds at the top of the table first.
Just has to be careful, doesn't he? The red that's in the middle, if you finish too high on it, then you can't get on the one on the cushion.
I was just about to say that. That's the most important shot. His position onto the red into the centre. You want to be pretty straight on it.
Can he screw this back and miss the yellow? It looks tight. And he is short, and that's the problem. And you can overhit that by a lot and still be okay.
Is he just come enough where he can just clip off the thin edge of the yellow here and just glance down onto that red? The only thing is he's now made the black a lot harder to get on. He can still get on it, but that's where he needs to be. Across the other side of that corner pocket on the knuckle. Then he can get the 8 ball into the right-hand centre.
Looks good. This has been a very good visit for Rab McCullough. Doing what he was doing all weekend long, taking out very good finishes. Just what they needed. Big weekend we've just had, Tony. We haven't really talked about that much tonight, but Pro Series weekend in Bolton Wanderers Football Stadium. There's so much going on. So many major events, and in the pro game it was John McAllister and Tom Cousins that got the titles, but Tom getting the victory over Declan Brennan in the second event of the weekend, and that was with a buzzer beater finish, and it kept him as #1 player. If Declan wins, he's the #1. Amazing.
That was just an incredible final last night. An absolute thriller. Yeah, you just thought Declan was going to win it, get himself to the #1, missed the ball, and Tom Cousins ran the balls in, and when the black went into the pocket, there was 3 seconds left on the match clock.
Incredible. Rab had his moment as well. You see the grimace there from Rab as the cue ball flies in. It was Rab that made the final in the first event of the weekend, losing out to John McAllister, but en route knocked out Declan Brennan, stopping him to get to the #1 ranking as well. Well, on to this match, and Gavin made a very good few shots in the Scotch frame to start the match off, and now he has a wide open chance here to add a reverse clearance to it and continue the good work he started with. Not much in the way here, Tony, at all.
If you're going to get your hand on a table in a match like this, that's the sort of finish you want. You don't want to be playing length of the table down rails and anything that's a bit too, I'll say, twitchy. But these are all pretty straightforward. Still got to knock him in, though.
I think he's a little off angle here. I think previously it would have been wise to play on the one to bottom left, and he was just short, and this time he's just short again the other way round. If he's dead straight, it couldn't be simpler. He's dealt with that well. It wasn't too much to worry about, just enough. He was fine.
doesn't really matter what angle that Gavin leaves himself here. They're all good. It's just got to get bottom side off the bottom rail up about 5-6 inches. He's gone off the 2, makes no difference. Even easier.
It's a great start to the night here for Gavin McArdle. It really is. Great work in the opening Scotch frame. Great reverse clearance there. And as you said at the start, Tony, it's all very well them being open. You still got to roll them in.
A finish like that, let's just say, for Gavin McArdle, will make him inside feel like he belongs there. You know, he's not looking around thinking, you know, with the inferiority complex because he's surrounded by professionals and internationals. You know, I belong here now because I've knocked in the finish. I've done my bit.
Yeah, full of confidence now, and he has the break to follow it. Going for the cut break. Eight ball's tracking, won't reach.
What a break that is.
It's incredible. Left a really, really nice layout. Such a nice layout here. Connections are good. Slightly surprised by that. Why not take the yellow to top right there? They were straight on it, and now I feel like that's a ball that could just become a little bit awkward. Certainly not a good last ball for the 8 ball. And they're going to go away from it.
Yeah, they've got themselves a little lost here with the cue ball.
And it was a decision rather than an execution for me. Just get that yellow out the way and then work your way back round to the yellow that's left down the table, either to the corner or more likely the middle where there's loads of room, and drop it in for the 8 ball. Hardest ball on the table was always the 8 ball. That was the perfect ball for it.
Yeah, that one could come back to haunt them, that miss, and the route they went round that.
In those sort of situations, I'm always trying to work out why go that way. What was the benefit? And I can't see that on this occasion. I don't know what the thinking was there.
And what they have done is open the door wide open now for Rab McCullough and Ronan Fay. You feel that these pair will not make a mistake from here. They know how important this frame is, with plenty of time left to get another one as well.
Slightly tricky here.
I think you risk screwing into the red here. Pop the red over the corner pocket, deep screw into the other red and push it over towards the left-hand corner.
Well, they could get out without hitting the red. Are they high enough up to make this easy, or has this got to be forced?
Cue ball.
I think the decision making on both sides there was slightly strange.
I think if you screw into that red along the bottom rail, you're forced to leave a slight angle and just come up, and it takes out the equation. To be fair though, they played a good shot, left that angle, just got it all wrong that last shot.
But my take on that is that with the 8 ball being the only ball that's awkward on the table, you knew red to right centre was your last ball. And the 2 at the bottom of the table, you had to get rid of the one over the pocket before the other one. So for me, you leave 2 at the top of the table. So the one in the middle at the top, and then the one over the pocket. So you should have gone down 2 shots earlier than they did. Deal with those 2, because then you're not trying to force it up and round. You're just playing somewhere into the triangle area. It's straight in, top left, top right, and you've won the frame.
And down goes the 8 ball. The Don knocks it in. And McArdle and McQuillan. A big reprieve there. They dodged the bullet, but they are 2 frames to the good. And that was a better way to win it, because if they won it the first time round, there would have been more time on the clock.
Yeah, that's true. You can look at the positives, but it's who makes the last mistake sometimes.
Yeah, maybe it's a tactical decision. Let's not win it here. We'll deliberately let our opponents in to make a mistake. But no, it's just worked out really well from 2 guys from Ireland, and now Rab McCullough. All to do.
They're still probably talking about that previous finish. I mean, if Rab gets that shot right, then we're not really talking about the pattern. But I do think the pattern could have been re-looked at. A lot easier to say from the commentary box than it is from the arena, though. And the dry break on the back of it, this match has not started for them at all, really.
No, and make no mistakes. If McArdle and McQuillan win this match, it's an upset.
I agree. Also, will give them a lot of confidence going into the rest of the night. There's so little between the pairings tonight, but I think they maybe feel the same way that we did, that you'd give the slight edge to Ronan and Rab, and they're the ones they've just beaten. Go on to the next match, and then you can see a way through. Three minutes 30 left. This is not all over. That's a big miss. Trying to get the break out. Maybe overly rush that and maybe overhit it.
Yeah, you look at 3 minutes plus. In the grand scheme of things, if you're playing, you immediately think, I've got no time at all. But in this format, when you've got golden breaks involved, etc., it can be an age.
Also, in quick finishes, that doesn't mean every single shot needs to be played in 4 or 5 seconds. You can kind of just 15 seconds a shot, you haven't got any time anyway, but just kind of work out what you need to do. If you have to take an extra few seconds here and there just to get it right, and then the back end of the finish can be the quick part, and you can still put together 45-second clearances to a minute.
Stancher.
Nice piece of cueing. This time round, he's got less time on the clock, but still get these gone and at least put the pressure on. Won't be his partnership's break. It won't be Ronan's break next. It will be David McQuillan. Good 8-ball, and it's a good finish. 1:20 left on the clock. We get back within 1. Dry break, things get interesting. There is time for a reverse finish here.
Golden Duck you get is interesting as well.
Golden Duck gets very interesting. Don't see many of them. David of the break. If he makes the ball, should be able to run the clock out from there. Make a ball even at 15 seconds a shot. Call your extension straight away. That's 30 seconds gone, and then you've only got to pot 2 balls and you're done. So all that Ronan Fay can hope for here is a dry break.
Will you 3 frames to 2?
It's not dry. That's a very. The control on that was lovely, and they pinged open.
8 balls close as well.
Very close. Gets a secondary little nudge in a second. Just there. Oh, Ronan's reaction was interesting. It doesn't really matter because he knows.
Yeah, pick off a couple of easy balls now for Dave McQuillan, and that will kill the match out. And it's been, well, an impressive performance from the 2 Irishmen.
So this layout's so good that David didn't even worry about waiting for the beeps in the previous shot, even though he had called the extension. He just got on with it. He's out just for his own enjoyment. The match is essentially over.
Just you said that, he turned around and had a big stare at the clock and then waited until it came down to 5 seconds. But yeah, he certainly hasn't got to worry now. But I'll say, our first slight upset of the evening.
Yeah, cat amongst the pigeons as Ireland beat Northern Ireland. Gavin McArdle and David McQuillan get the victory, and Ronan Fay and Rab McCullough are going to have to dig deep and try and get something going in the next match. This group is poised beautifully. Let's see how things go. Join us again in a couple of minutes.